Mike Dell's World, number 327.
I think it's time for Mike Dell's World. There it is.
And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. Jeez, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Don't even know how long. I guess I can go look, can't I? Yeah, looks like it's been about a month. Yeah, about a month. And yeah, I talked about my new van and all that. And I did finally get rid of the pickup truck. That went away yesterday. So now I'm down to a normal number of vehicles, even though it's still 4. But for 2 drivers, oh well. One of them's a camper, so that's a summer-only vehicle. One's a work vehicle, and yeah, so that's what's going on here. A few other things. Going to be working on Podcast Help Desk a lot more. I decided I'm going to take my podcasting just a little more seriously. Starting this fall, so coming up soon, we're going to get a little more busy on that, but, you know, you've heard that before. I've said that before, so we'll see. Don't want to make a big deal out of it, but yeah, it's been nice. It's cooling off here in the more hot weather, although we did have an 80-degree day beginning of the week, and that was a little weird for beginning of October. But I don't think we're going to have too many more of those. Right now it's a whopping 55 degrees outside, and I did break down and turn on the furnace. So that's probably one of the earliest furnace turn-ons I've had in a while, in the last few years, simply because you just generally don't... I try not to turn on the furnace. Of course, I do have the little Eden Pure heater. By the way, I'm on my lunch break here from work. Figured, what the heck. So, got to go back to it here shortly. Looks like everybody and their brother all of a sudden is trying to talk to me on Slack, of course, while I'm recording. So that's that binging noise you hear in the background. But I am actually ignoring them. And of course, then now the...
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, of course, the Amazon talking tube over in the corner decided it wanted to hear something and then answer it. Wanted to be on the podcast. Oh, well, it is what it is. Lots of distractions. But if I don't purposely take a lunch break, then I just won't get one because, everybody's pulling me in all different directions, and just have to make time. And to that end, we did hire another full-timer at my work in my department, so I'll let him announce that publicly, but one of our part-timers has gone full-time starting next Wednesday, so looking forward to that. I can get them set up to take some phone calls and all that stuff, and it'll just be a little nicer. That way, when I take time off, I don't come back to as big a pile of stuff to do. So, the typical thing. By the way, over on Podcast Insider, we had a session for International Podcast Day, and our session with Mackenzie and Todd and I from Blueberry is on the podcastinsider.com feed. We published that, and then Todd also had a solo session a little later in the day, and that's over at geeknewscentral.com. So if you find that episode, that was his session at International Podcast Day. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I went to Don's Drive-In today for lunch. Actually, I went and picked it up and brought it home. Wife and I had lunch prior to me coming downstairs here, so maybe if I'm hiccuping and belching, I'll try to keep it off the mic. But yeah, like I said, just lots of stuff going on, work-related, staying busy. It's definitely... not traveling as much. In fact, after the last trip to Columbus, which I got back about a week ago, after that trip, I'm grounded at least until March, or maybe late February. I don't know. Might be February. But Kathy's going in for her surgery, and she's going to be kind of down and out for a while, so got to sort of take care of her. Actually, she's going to go downstate for a little while, to a much flatter house without beagles jumping on her. So that'll help her get recovered a little quicker. But then she'll be back a month or so, and then I'll have to help out more so than I have had to. So, but we're praying and hoping that everything goes as planned, and it should. Like I said, it's been one of those things that's been planned out for a while, and I think it'll go well, but you never know. So really not a whole lot else. Just wanted to flip the mic on, and of course, number 327, it's significant. Go over to MikeDell.com, and you can see the logo I picked out for it. So anyway, everybody have a good one. Sorry this is a little short, but figured at least try to get one show out every month. Oh yeah, I wanted to update you on the cable cutter thing, which I talked about 3 months ago. So it's been at least 3 months, 4 months. I don't know. It's been since July 2nd. And the TV that we had in the dining room, the receiver wasn't worth a crap. And it would cut out, and the whole TV would reboot and all that. And finally, I went and replaced it. Found a 24-inch TV that, ironically, is 24-inch class TV, which ironically replaces the 21.5-inch actual size TV. And believe it or not, the screen size is roughly the same. I think this one's 22.5, but the cabinet size is almost identical. But it is not 24 inches. It is 24-inch class. It's just like lawnmowers and snowblowers now. Instead of putting the horsepower rating, they're putting the CC rating on the side. Well, CCs doesn't mean really as much as horsepower did. So instead of a 5 horsepower, you get a whatever CC. I don't even remember. I don't even know what the CCs would be. But, it's weird, for marketing purposes, they're doing it. Speedway did that too, actually, now that I'm up on my soapbox. And one of my guilty pleasures is an occasional Diet Mountain Dew out of the tap at Speedway mainly, but other places have it. But for the longest time, they had a 20-ounce, they had a 32-ounce, they had a 44-ounce, and then they recently added a 52-ounce, fountain pop. And then I noticed about 6 months ago, instead of saying 44-ounce, it said mighty size. And the other one was extra mighty or whatever. So they renamed the sizes, not in ounces, but in other things. So then I noticed that now instead of 44 ounces, you get 40 ounces for a mighty size. And you get, the medium is instead of 32, it is 28 ounces, and so on and so forth. So they've dumbed them down instead of just bumping the price up a little bit, if that's what they needed to do. So everywhere else has 44-ounce pops, and Speedway's stuck with 40-ounce for the same price. Oh, well. But that's the same thing they're doing now with TVs. Instead of buying a 55-inch TV, you buy a 55-inch class TV, which could be probably 50 inches. Well, why do they just type 50? I don't get the point. You're going to buy what you're going to buy. And, I'm not going to be more likely to buy a 55-inch class TV when I really wanted to buy a 50-inch TV. Or if I wanted to buy a 55-inch TV, I would probably end up having to buy a 60-inch class TV. Oh, well. Enough of the soapbox. Catch me later.